All right, I'm gonna do this message as quickly as possible. Hopefully, the message don't take that long. I'm gonna try to do this message within less than an hour because I usually I would do this message later in the day. I feel like I want to do it now. All right, I feel like I put the right energy into me to do this. So before I did the previous channel message yesterday, it was like during the afternoon of Sunday. I told you something was significant was going to happen on Sunday, like two channel messages ago. So before I did channel message, I didn't showered and moisturized and was doing my self care routine and everything like that. Everything good, everything good. Now, prior to that, let's talk about it. So prior to me moisturizing and taking a shower, making sure you know what you're supposed to do, you know, I because for the last couple of days it's like God's been like telling me in regards to my health, like keep your health up, kid. Like do good with your health. Make sure you're doing your I to be honest, for the last couple of days, I just been feeling like I like do spa day, like rejuvenation, basically. Now, prior to in the previous channel messages, I was telling y'all there's somebody that was trying to project sickness. And if they can't project sickness, what they're gonna do is try to put you like in a depressive energy, in a mood where you don't want to do anything, so you can't take care of yourself because then the spiritual task that they want to project onto you through that sickness is that's how they're gonna get in because they can't get in. All right, that's the problem. Somebody trying to project on you, do spiritual work, or whatever the case may be. They can't do it because you're not in the mindset. You're not in the mindset of thinking depression or being sad or being of lack. And this is in regards to the spiritual attack that the enemy wants to do against you. But the thing is, you're not in that energy to be consuming that spiritual attack. It's actually deflecting. So what the enemy was trying to do was to get you to be depressed or sad or not want to do anything, not be active, basically everything in regards to going against your health, your own health, so that they could spiritually attack you. Now, that's why I'm saying these previous channel messages. I was telling y'all somebody was trying to do that, and I was telling y'all in the previous channel messages you can go listen to that for a couple days now, like the previous 3-4 days, it's like God been telling me these messages, and then my instinct was telling me like spa day, take care of yourself. There was something I wanted to do specifically yesterday morning on Sunday, but something else in replacement that had happened. Not replacement, but like so I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna get to it. I'm probably I'll probably do it after this message. Now, like I said, so yesterday on Sunday, I I like I've been doing for the every day, for the most part, showering up, moisturizing. I didn't even like did I went above and beyond like to do my daily regimen. So I'm cleaned up. You see my nice dress. I had did my hair. I do that channel message yesterday on Sunday. And the channel message, I'm not gonna hold you, was some really deep, dark bullshit, no pun intended. It was some really it was really exposing a scenario in regards to a group of individuals who are interconnected and are being exposed at this time. And it's a really dark message. And I was telling y'all in reference to that previous message I did where I referenced In and Out, LA, drive through, food hospitality, place of business. And I'm like, where I live, in my region, that is not LA, we don't have that fast food restaurant. So I was explaining to y'all, when after I did that message, it wasn't even a couple days. It wasn't even more than 5 days after I did that channel message, and then there was already a news report about In and Out where a scenario had took place in regards to what I had channeled in the message. I'm like, sometimes that happens. Sometimes God needs a certain message to be put out because there's more to the scenario situation, and hopefully it'll help somebody. So when I was doing that message yesterday on Sunday, and it was a really deep, dark message that I really did felt a little uncomfortable about, but I just didn't like. It still had to get done. All right. So before that message, like I said, I got Took my shower, lathered up, moisturized, self care day, this and there. I did that channel message, that nasty energy. Right after I did that channel message, randomly, 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 someone tried to do a spiritual attack on me on my genitalia. I'm like, what? Turn the fuck up. I definitely did turn the fuck up. Now, before, this shit would like be somewhat of embarrassing to like try to tell the general public, but like I have to talk about this shit now. So like before I knew it was my Scorpio aunt that I'm not related to that unalived her deceased Cancer zodiac sun sign placement husband. That is actually a part of my family. That So my whole life, I've always heard like that my Scorpio aunt is an evil person and don't take gifts from her. And if you take gifts from her, we need to pray over it. This was my life. Like, we had to pray over the gifts she gave us. And they used to have to put holy oil and spray holy water on the gifts. And all my life, I heard about this bitch being evil. But she seems so motherfucking nice, somewhat. Because she actually isn't really nice, but she pretends to be nice. So it wasn't until my uncle had got previously sick that we figured it out. Mind you, I'm the person who was telling my family members from the age of 6 that she was trying to poison people with food. I didn't know that until this year of 2026 when my own relatives had to tell me I was the one. Hey, honey, you call me honey bunny? Oh, honey. No problem. I'm like, yo, yes. So like it wasn't so like it's like my like that was just a confirmation that my discernment, like God gave me the discernment for a freaking reason. So as what happened to my uncle had happened, like it's not really even about that, but it's a really good example. And as that literally when that was happening to my uncle until he got deceased, I'm telling you, my uncle, he was going to the hospital. They couldn't find out what was wrong with him. They were saying like he was sick. This nigga couldn't speak anymore. He was getting sick. They couldn't find why he couldn't speak no more. Was speaking gibberish. They couldn't like this is when y'all be hearing those witchcraft stories and they be like, oh they turn them into an animal or they cut their tongue out and they can't speak no more. This is legit is what was happening to my uncle by his own wife. Now no longer. Now you said that's crazy. Now no longer. Like you can look at another human being and be like, oh, they just look like a person. You never know what somebody has experienced, has witnessed, and they have gone through. I promise you, because like the shit I've seen and known of since growing up is wild. So like before, I'm not gonna get into all that, but like just know when leading up to my uncle's death, basically that's where I made my mind up with God because Scorpio aunt would do these sympathy spells. So like she'll be doing badass shit in the background, but then on top of that doing sympathy spells so nobody would catch on to her. Or would to try to confuse the energy so by the time whatever plot she tried to do would happen previously and we wouldn't be aware until after it's done. And then after it's done, she would try to come back in and do another sympathy spell. And like, it's just like the bitch is like dumb. The bitch is really dumb. I ain't about to even hold you. So, um, you seem pretty, very beautiful. Thank you. I wouldn't say normal, but I wouldn't say average either. Extraordinarily, wonderfully pretty and beautiful. Thank you. God bless. Um, my whole life, um, especially like culturally how I grew up, it always seemed in adolescence like I was always observing things and seeing things, and God was speaking to me, but I was always told, or assumed to be told, don't speak, don't speak out, keep quiet, talk to when you talk, when you're spoken to. And the older I got, God was like basically showing me in different scenarios and experiences that like I gave you this gift, I gave you the gift of discernment, I gave you the gift of speech. I actually want you to speak out about certain things. I actually want you to tell people what I be telling you. I like in so many different ways, and this is why American Heritage Society is what it is now. Because for the longest time, I thought, oh, I'm just observing this and that, letting, because I'm like, it got to a point where it's like, life is just lifing. I've seen this happening with this person, and this happening with that person, and this happening with that person, and I don't got nobody to talk to about this shit. It, as it was seeming like, it's because I, I felt like I was living in a world where people were just navigating, and I'm seeing shit that they supposed to see for themselves. And then it's like, so who do I talk to about this if it's not necessarily happening with me? And that's when God was like, this is what the platform is for. Anywho's, going back to what I was talking about. So, um, after I did the channel messages where I was, where I first started within the previous 7 days of channeling to you guys, like, this is what it really is. I was having a conversation with God, and I'm like, because from when my uncle previously, my uncle's not alive anymore. So I thought a certain aspect of something would have been over by now in regards of when my uncle was getting spiritually attacked, the person who was spiritually attacking them was also attacking me directly or indirectly because of something in regards to my uncle being my uncle. Because I'm the person who, like, my uncle, like I said, he couldn't speak. So my uncle, in the spiritual, in the 2D dreamcatcher dream state, will be relaying messages to me to relay to my mother, who is her brother. Because he couldn't speak because of what somebody did in regards to the spiritual attack against him. And the person who did the spiritual attack against him knew I was like the person who could channel those messages and let the right people know what the fuck was going on. So for a long time, when my uncle first was sick, mind you, nobody told me my uncle was sick when he was sick. I didn't know there was anything wrong with my uncle until 2 years afterwards. Keep that in mind. So like this person who was spiritually attacking my uncle, they really didn't want me to know anything about it. They didn't want me involved. They didn't want me speaking out against them. And imagine somebody spiritually attacking somebody, right? You don't know nothing about it. Then your life starts being unusual previously, right? I talked to y'all about like a few years ago. I was going through for 2 years, I was going through some like really wild ass shit, no pun intended. I used to be talking to God like, yo, I know this don't got nothing to do with me. I don't know who. I knew somebody was spiritually taken, but I'm like, I couldn't understand where it was coming from. I prayed every day within those 2 years. I said, God, please tell me who the person is so we can handle it. For 2 years. For 2 years, somebody didn't want me to have money. For 2 years, somebody wanted me to be sick. For 2 years, somebody was trying to, in the spiritual, like, unalive me. Like, for 2 years. Just for me to find out those 2 years, I didn't necessarily have to go through it, but I'm glad. I thank God I went through that hardship I went through for 2 years previously. Because God showed me that every prayer, every alchemy, every divination that I did within those 2 years, it was like some sort of time travel. It was like God knew certain people were going to come into my life a few years after that 2 years of hard time. God knew a certain scenario and situation was going to happen a few years after the 2 years of hardship. So we was doing shit in advance. God does this all the time. This is why I'm able to have 2D Dreamcatcher messages for y'all, and I could see like a year, 2 years, 5 years before some event happens. This is why I could see a day, a few weeks, a month before something happens. Month or months, like, before something happens. It's numerous times God will tell me something, a 2D Dreamcatcher message, I'll forget about it, or I'll tell somebody about it. It'll be years, and then that shit actually coming to fruition. You don't know how many times I had to tell somebody something from that I seen in a dream state, and then years later they be like, "Yo, do you remember when?" I say, "You sorry I had to go through that. You ain't been here. What the fuck happened yesterday?" But thank you for sharing. You are so kind. I appreciate it. Because it's a part of my destiny and calling to talk about these things and to discuss certain things for other people out there who could have went through something, didn't know what the fuck was going on. One moment. So the only reason I don't like talking about certain shit because and I learned because of my placement in my birth chart is a reason as to why I don't like talking about me in any sense of hardship, even if it's especially if it's a previous scenario situation. I told you guys on here I used when in adolescence I used to be a very avid crier, but I used to cry to myself. I don't like people seeing me cry. If you do get the opportunity to see me cry, it's either one or two things. Either I'm angry, bitch, and you better fucking run, because I will hurt you, or two, I genuinely feel safe around you, value you as a person to see me vulnerable in that moment. I don't like to do it. Usually, 9 out of 10, if I'm crying, I'm angry. But when I'm angry and I'm not crying, I don't know which one is worse. For my enemy and I don't know which one is worse. Anywho, I say all this to say, so when I didn't know a few years ago that my uncle, somebody had to spell work on him to make him sick. So sick that it was undetectable to the average doctor who trained for multiple years, saying they can't find nothing wrong with that man. Nobody told me about him being sick. I also was not telling people that somebody was spiritually attacking me. I didn't tell my family that people was spiritually attacking me at that time where I didn't know my uncle was sick. I've talked about it briefly in a previous message. I'm going to talk about it today because the whole point of the person spiritually attacking me the way they did was for it to be embarrassing, so I would not talk to somebody. Imagine being celibate for 3 years, not dating nobody, not having sex, not having money. See, my whole thing, I'm a tourist. I was going through hardship. I wasn't having money like that. I had to make shit happen. I had to work all types of side jobs and make money the way I could make money to even take care of myself and my child. Imagine not having money. If you don't have money, you can't do shit, right? Unless you're a bum and you just. But to me, it's I'm a tourist. If I'm not having money like that, I can't go out. I certain activities I can't do. I'm definitely for sure not dating nobody. This is previously, right? When I was going through them 2 years of hardship. So 2 out of 3 years, I was celibate. When I was going through that hard time, I told myself, I'm like, dang. For all this shit I didn't went through, and it wasn't like I didn't want sex. It's not like I chose celibacy for real. I felt like it just kind of happened like that. There's been previous times in my life where I've been able to not have sex for 3 years. Am I doing that shit again? No. Because pleasure, in regard to my birth chart, is access granted to me. I'm supposed to be pleasured my whole life. I'm supposed to have emotional fulfillment my whole life. So so then it came down from me realizing for 2 or 3 years, somebody don't want me to have sex. Because the thing is, in regards to my birth chart, when I have sex, I especially with the right partner, the person I'm supposed to be with, my kundalini is awakened and I start manifesting really good, and I start knowing stuff in a dream state. I'm telling you, that's just for me. I don't know about what y'all got going on. So not fast forward, but we're talking about to reiterate what was going on when I was going through them 2 to 3 years of hardship. The thing is, I'm trying to reiterate to you guys is I was celibate for 3 years. I was not having sex. I was not having sex for real. I might have 1 or 2 experiences. But I always use protection for the most part. Because now that I'm older, I use protection. So there's no slip up with no having baby by the wrong person. There's no chance of catching anything. I'm protected, stuff like that. It wasn't a continuous dealing with somebody and having sex. Like it was like out of the to be honest, out of the 3 years I wasn't having sex, and mostly was celibate. I had only 2 sexual experiences in 3 years. Only one time, never went back. It was with ex who was a Capricorn, and then this nigga that I was like, no, because he I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga tried to catfish. I was just like, man, that shit. But anyways, I say all this to say, 3 years I wasn't having sex, and when I was having sex, or only 2 times after 3 years, I wore protection. Why is there being a spiritual attack to my genitalia? First and foremost, one of the spiritual attacks was trying to attack my rectum. I wasn't understanding that. I don't even do the anal. I don't even do that. Why is my buttocks being attacked previously? I'm like, oh no. So I was very concerned. I was praying. I'm like, I don't know what this is. So like, it was like my like was like swole. Like I just woke up one day at swole. Mind you, I was going through hardship. I didn't really want to date at the time. I wasn't trying to be fucking. I just was just focused on getting my money and stuff like that, and continuously getting money so I can provide for myself and my child. Why? Why am I? And then mind you, I'm going through all this shit. I'm praying. I prayed each and every day. I made sure to talk to God each and every day. I said, I'm going to get about this situation each and every day. You got to understand, I'm somebody who's very resourceful. I've never really wanted for nothing. After I had my child, I went straight back to work. Previously, was working 9 to 5. The only time it was ever difficult previously for me to get a 9 to 5 job is when I knew somebody was trying to manifest against me having money. But mind you, got to think from the perspective back then. I always knew somebody didn't want me to have it. I just assumed, I'm like, oh, the enemy, oh, the devil, like, God forbid, no negativity, fuck out of here. I'm just thinking that, Christian mindset, like, oh, the enemy doesn't want me to have. Who's the enemy? This is why American Heritage Society was formed, because it's just like, we need to find, because I was like, y'all can't be, all y'all spiritual gurus can't be telling me we can't pinpoint accurately who the fucking problem is. So it took me 2 to 3 years to curate American Heritage Society while I was going through hardship to figure out how can I accurately, something about somebody with an accurate. So how can I accurately, precisely pinpoint who my enemy and op is who don't want me to know? Because the whole point of them being exposed is so that they can stop doing the shit I don't want them to be doing to me in a negative connotation. So imagine for 2-3 years I'm not sexing nobody. I'm going through hardship. I'm praying to God each and every day. I wake up randomly one morning, my asshole motherfucking swollen. I'm like, I don't even do anal. What the fuck is going on? Then it was the motherfucking rashes and blisters. I'm like, whoa. I don't do going through hardship. What else I'm gonna do when I'm going through hardship? I'm a motherfucking bathe, take care of myself, skin care. I learned how to do my own nails. Like, it ain't a dirty situation over here. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way. And then the person also did spiritual. Basically, the person was spiritually attacking my genitalia and my areas where I would have like assumed to be having sex. The vagina and that asshole. But I'm like, I don't like anal. So I'm just like, now, why is it significant I keep bringing up that my booty hole a few years ago was swollen and I wasn't sexually active and I don't like anal? Because I've done an American Heritage Society theory message based on my own personal bias. When somebody does divination against somebody or tries to use them in an energy harvest scenario or tries to do a binding spell to this person, whatever tactic of divination, right? It would be, especially in the realm of love work. Let's say somebody who's doing love work on you, right? And the love work could be like a variation of a binding spell, like I want this person, like sympathy spell, for example, on the lower range, right? It's like, oh, I need this person to love me, through a sympathy spell because if they love me, they won't find out I did them bad or I'm wishing them bad or something like that, which is complete stupidity because you can't ask for both of those things in the same sentence. You can't ask to do somebody bad and then ask them to love you at the same time. This is why I be saying the enemy's stupid. Let's say somebody's doing that, right? Obviously, because facts is facts. You can't do both of those things. You can't want to do somebody bad, wish them bad things, and then you still want them to love you, even if they don't know this is what you're doing in the spiritual, they can still be inclined to knowing that you want to do them bad. Why would they love you? So let's say somebody do your enemy op try to do like a spell like that on you, right? And obviously it failed. Because love work is an embodiment of Venus placements, right? Gemini, right? Gemini, you said best content, yes. Let's see that beautiful smile, best channel on YouTube, best content. Thank you. The enemy is pretty strange, and they're not pretty at all. They ugly. Now, so Gemini embodiment is involved in love work, all right? Because Gemini is symbolic of connections, lover, loved one, friend, romantic, platonic, and or business partnership. Gemini is an embodiment like of voodoo because it's a Venus placement. Gemini has, you know, they're two different faces. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody does love work on you and it fails, a lot of the time I've experienced in my own personal bias watching this shit play out with a love spell backfires. Sometimes it could turn a person gay. Sometimes it can have somebody questioning sexuality, whether it's the person who did the spell work or the actual person who was sending it out. Because love work is an embodiment of Gemini. Gemini means to buy. Love work, you try and get a specific thing, it fails, all of a sudden it does shit like that. I just know. I've seen it so many different times. I've seen it happen to people so many different times. God forbid in my life and my people. Now, that's why I brought up the whole my booty hole was sold up because the person who was doing the love spell to me, but we're gonna get to even more into what else they were doing. That's how I knew somebody was trying to do love work on me, and it didn't work because it was swollen my butthole. I'm like, I don't even do like I use like I ain't even trying to be funny. I don't use regular tissue to wipe my ass because I don't have OCD, but like, I just want my body to be clean because it's like there was certain scenarios growing up where like these type of scenarios happening. I'm like, oh no, I have to make sure I'm clean because I'm thinking maybe something I'm not doing right in regard to hygiene and stuff like that. Let me fix myself up. Let me learn more about hygiene and talk about. This is why I have the beauty products that I make, the spiritual beauty products that I make, because God literally helped me with ingredients, picking stuff and stuff like that to just make a ingredient to basically in the spiritual whoop my enemies ass if not them. So and see when they doing shit. So my Scorpio aunt, she lives on the first floor underneath my family's own home. We own her home. This is why it don't never make sense to me, in regards to my Scorpio aunt that we don't fuck with. She be trying to do us bad. She be trying to wish evil on us, all negativity on us, but she pays rent to us. But she don't want to move. We won't make it though, one way or another. You said so. I never went to the doctor. I used to go to the doctor and they would tell me they don't see nothing wrong. It's just a rash. You can use some antibiotic ointment, it'll go away. But after a certain while, you keep hearing that shit. You're not what? I have I come from my mother's side of the family, doctors. It just said uploaded to my videos. I don't know what just got uploaded to my videos. Talk about you ain't never went to the doctor. Oh. My family, there's doctors. I have family that's nurses. I'm African. You think I don't know anybody in the healthcare industry? I'm a prominent Virgo placement. You think I can't heal myself or not be healed? And I don't care to tell y'all my birth chart placements and stuff like that, because you know why? When I first was like watching tarot in 2020, a lot of these tarot readers and intuitive readers be like, don't tell nobody your birth chart. You're giving them all your information. If it's your destiny, it's your destiny. They can't do nothing about it. If you understand your birth chart, then they can't confuse you about your birth chart. You can't take something away that God gave you. Anywho's. And in my birth chart, it's just karmatic, like with my ops and stuff like that. So like, I've learned it, and I got used to, not used to the bullshit, but I used to knowing, all right, my body's communicating me in a way to tell me what's going on with the enemy actually. So while a enemy can spiritually, God forbid, an enemy previously was spiritually attacking me in regards to my health, and I would go to this healthcare field and go to a nurse or a doctor and be like, hey, what's going on? They'd be like, we can't seem to find nothing wrong with you. You say you're glad I'm okay? Yeah, now, yes. Thank you, God bless. Like, we can't find nothing wrong with you, right? In my scenario, right? Even that spiritual attack, whatever was going on with me, is actually happening to my enemy. It's going to happen to my enemy worse, though. And if they were to go to the healthcare field, if my enemy was to go to a doctor or a nurse, they would tell them they got some fatal shit going on. But in my case, if I go to the hospital and the doctor, they would tell me, we can't find nothing. You're healthy. Mind you, if you're my supporters and you've been watching my channel messages for the previous 7 days or maybe 2 weeks, let's say the previous 2 weeks, right? I've been doing these channel messages talking about the health, the enemies, and stuff like that because it needed to be said. Notice how for like the previous 2 weeks I've been talking about ex-lovers who try to trap people with sicknesses. Notice how I was talking about sexually defiant people, people who are just unwell in the mind, and unwell in their the health of their bodies. Now all of a sudden it's a spiritual. It was trying to be a spiritual attack to my genitalia. I mean that. But anywho, going back to what I'm saying. So, I told you my Scorpio aunt, she lives in the home that my family owns, trying to do us dirty, trying to do us bad. But you have to pay rent to that. So I found out because God let me know how she was trying to energy harvest to do them spell work previously in regards to the genitalia, in regards to my uncle being sick previously, all stuff like that. So directly directly above my aunt's bathroom is our bathroom. Almost all. So she has like this, and I've seen it before. She has like, like a. So where the bathtub is in our home, her bathtub is, you know, beneath. But her bathtub is connected to a motherfucking closet. In her closet, she puts her spell work in there. Next door to the motherfucking bathroom of my aunt's, she has a room dedicated to witchcraft. All right. My aunt was trying to, in the spirit. My aunt has a big ass mirror in her fucking bathroom, right? That above the bathroom, she places like her wigs, her shoes, because above that there's a section where there's a mirror and other people's wigs and shoes, where she tries to, in the dream state, hide herself because she's a Scorpio sun sign placement. What is that? Hidden. She tries to shape shift in the dream state to do spiritual work and stuff like that. But what she was trying to do, mind, this is not a aunt that's biologically related to anybody. This is somebody who was married into the family. Now you're not even a part of this shit because you didn't kill your own husband. So she been trying my whole life, and I'm just finding this out in the year 2026. She was trying my whole life previously, shape shifting in the dream state, pretending to be my family members. So certain dreams that wasn't making sense. Like I used to have previous dreams where like my sibling, my family was trying to attack me, and then when we would get into it, and it seemed like we were arguing, it just came out of nowhere. It didn't make sense because she was manipulating that scenario situation because that was her form of getting the sympathy spell to work. Let me divide these motherfuckers up, put a little sympathy spell in. They're gonna be beefing with each other. They're not gonna know what the fuck going on. Then that's when she would come in and try to do one of her plots. I figured it out. I told everybody. Since then, since I told everybody her plot and how she do the shit, we all on the same page. We all don't fuck with her. We all anytime we see anything going on, bitch. We had planned a motherfucking family dinner the other week. We had planned it for 2 months. We didn't go on the family dinner for 2 months on some so like somebody was trying to cause confusion type shit. My aunt, my Scorpio aunt, unalived her motherfucking husband. Then was mad because she couldn't understand why we didn't want to fuck with her. That was our family, not yours. You unalived your only piece of connection to this family. Then you wonder why we don't want to hang out with you? So then we started like getting closer and closer. We like, all right, now this scenario didn't put us closer. We were here planning events to go and hang out with each other and stuff like that. This and there. All of a sudden, things were. Mind your fucking business. Mind your business about who's behind me. I'm right here. So basically, she didn't want us to, she wanted to separate us, whatever the case may be. So we didn't get to do certain events and stuff like that. We finally was like, fuck off, bitch. We're gonna have this event. We're gonna have this family experience without you, ho. Because nobody was thinking about you. She not even a hoe. She too ugly to be a hoe. Not a month. Anyways. So the day of, we decided we're doing this. We're doing this thing. We're going out on this outing. We're gonna have fun as a family. Everybody agreed. Wasn't within an hour, 30 minutes. This dumb bitch trying to confuse the energy, trying to make people bicker and fight and not go on this trip. And I immediately knew what was going on. So I handled the situation to make sure we all still went on to go do this event. I'm doing this, my stomach is trying to do whatever because she's trying to project because she couldn't conceive no motherfucking kids. She's trying to project something in regards to my womb. You're not my mother. You're not anybody's mother, Scorpio aunt, bitch. I just did some alchemy divination against you and your business yesterday because your business is named after you and your husband, bitch. I don't understand why you think your place of business will prosper. It won't. Why you've been projecting on my career? Why you've been projecting on my health? Why you've been projecting death on my family? Bitch, we're going to get you gone. We're going to get you gone. And now my stomach stopped hurting. Now, you say you do apologize. You apologize on the behalf of that bitch, the Scorpio? That ugly whore that nobody want to touch? But yeah, but you apologize. I understand. Thank you. God bless. Now, what was been going on is for years, I've been getting all these channel messages about my Scorpio aunt and what she's been doing in the background. Every single time is very accurate. In a moment, you might not understand what's going on. Just know I told you. And then it comes to fruition of it failing. And then they'll be like, oh, all right, so now I'm saying, you can see, or you know what you're talking about. And it's just like, I don't even give a fuck. I don't pray to God before I go to bed to see anything about my Scorpio aunt, to see whatever she's up to doing and stuff like that. Is for my protection. It's for the people who genuinely care about me and their protection. That the reason why I'm able to see wherever the fuck I'm seeing, because obviously I don't care to sit around and talk about this bitch. I really don't care to like come on here every day and bring her up casually in conversation. For someone I don't even love, that I don't care about. But you so projecting so freaking much, and now I have to talk to people globally about the situation. Because the whole premise, the spiritual tech. So basically, it was my Scorpio aunt who was projecting the sickness in regards to my rectal area and my genitalia for all them years previously. I even got to, I even, I wouldn't say tricked her because I don't care that much. I even got her to expose herself. So like whatever her divination is, like these bitches, these wannabe motherfucking witches, they be doing parlor tricks. So with me, because she knows in the spiritual I'm the person who exposes her all the fucking time, back to back to back to back to back. Bitch, I told y'all something on one of the channel messages. I'm like, I had a 2D dream catcher that she was doing X, Y, and Z, this, and the third. I was like, I'm gonna tell my mama in the morning. The morning had came. I told my mama. It wasn't even 2 hours later. This bitch ran the fuck upstairs. Nobody invited her. She waited till somebody had left the door unlocked, ran upstairs, and in a panic, bitch. She didn't say shit to me. It was the day I did the You said what the fuck, right? It was the day I did the Miss Kanaya open verse thing, like and she was, and what's it called? I had my headphones on, so I was rapping. I'm just like, this bitch probably think I'm talking about her. And I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about, like, I don't even give a fuck about you. Anyways, so the guy just had confirmed basically, like, and I had to, and like it's embarrassing it seems that I'm talking to y'all about this. I had to go to my own mama, who I don't even like talking to about like my love life, nothing like that. I had to go and tell her like, hey, like, your sister-in-law, was projecting sickness to me a few years ago, and it seems like she always does that. So I don't tell y'all what's going on because she's scared. And then after telling my mom and dad, I think it was gonna be embarrassing. She done told me some shit, not in regards to health. She done told me some shit that she was trying to do to my biological daddy. I'm like, and she was like, and my mom was like, my biological mom was confirming like you're telling the truth. And one after I started telling my mom and shit, her brother, my deceased uncle, had been telling her in the dream state how his wife had unalived him. And it was just a confirmation of what I already was telling her. Stay positively healthy. Amen. So, like I say all just to say, so I told y'all I was going to tell my biological mama about something I seen in the dream state in regards to one of her family members helping out with like one of her cousins. I didn't tell my mama. I know I told you I was going to tell her, but I didn't tell her because I just didn't feel the need to. And then I ended up telling my daddy, my biological daddy, something that he needed to know that of how his father feels about the Sonara situation. I explained that to you already. Then I get cleaned up, take a shower, moisturize, everything good. The only thing that was going on was like my rectum was getting swollen again. I'm like, oh, this bitch. But God already told me don't worry about it because there was something that had happened in regards to some divination, and I was just like, all right. He was like, basically the back of the center going boom the way it needs boom, so don't worry about it. You're gonna heal up, fine. I'm like, all right, cool. It's been healing up. Within 2 days, it started healing up. I'm like, all right, cool. I do that channel message yesterday with that dark ass, nasty ass energy. After I done took a shower, I get off the motherfucking channel message. There's a blemish on my motherfucking genitalia. I said, where the fuck that shit come from? I started. You said you're my favorite white YouTuber. Thank you. Jesse Talks Truth. That's your ad name. All right. Jessica means God behold. I hope you're ready. So I'm awesome. Thank you. So it sounds embarrassing, but it had to be said because there might be people out there that think they're sick. Because what I've learned is, and I've been knowing that sickness is nothing but a spirit. All right? In my own personal belief and bias, spirits don't just walk over and be like, hey, that person. No, they're conjured up. There's never a time where a spirit is just going to be like, I want that one. Like, there's never a time. They're just a spirit. Like, they're just a spirit. Just like you can have the spirit of happiness, like, you got to choose You have to consent to that in your life. Nobody is going around like, oh, they want to be sick. No, but nobody's doing that. That shit has to be conjured up in some type of way. So, you say you hope everything. Jesse talks truth. God bless. I'm the real Jessica. That's why you got the nickname in your name. Truth bomb to your IP address. Not mine. You talking about this shit is too personal. Were you not listening to what I just said about American Heritage Society being formed because I was going through shit that I wish somebody would have told and informed me about in regards to the spiritual community and spirituality? If it's too much for you, there's nothing I can do to help you. You're talking about I might not be going through a good path. The first part of your name is God Beholds in your IP address of your YouTube account name while you're in this comment section. You get boomed on because you're trying to stop the message and have me have this whole discussion with you about a whole bunch of nothing because obviously you don't care. If you think you're not about to get boomed on, you're about to get boomed on. That's all I'm saying. Because now you're playing with God's name. Because you know why? If you took the time out to look up the first part of your name, you would know you're doing entirely too much right now. And then, for everybody in the comment section, why is this person in the comment section taking the time out to worry about God is real? Why is this person in the comment section taking the time out to worry about if I'm divulging too much personal information about myself on my channel on YouTube if they don't even agree with what I got talking what I'm talking about? Why does this person care so much? This is what the enemy of op be doing. This is what I'm saying. This is the perfect example. You see how like I'm not reading your comments anymore. You see how like you speak your truth and it's about you and it might be helping another person comes up like this don't got nothing to do with me, but I just feel like you shouldn't be doing this and speaking out and talking the truth. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, I just had to put that out there because if I don't say anything, if I don't tell people what the enemy already wanted to be embarrassing for me, but it's not embarrassing. It's the whole premise of them trying to embarrass me is to embarrass me out of not having sex, which they don't want me to do because they're trying to do some bullshit. So if I don't say anything, and if you know how humiliation rituals work, first of all, what the fuck is a silent humiliation ritual? Have you not? Celebrities go through humiliation rituals all the time. They usually don't divulge their information, but 9 times out of 10, after you go through a humiliation ritual, you get awarded some shit. So, what I've learned is that while somebody wants to humiliate you, but they want you to suffer in silence, you're not going to gain shit. So, if this person wants to embarrass or taunt you, this and the third, all right, bring it to light. Talk about their involvement. Talk about how you ain't doing shit to the person. Talk about how they basically is a bad person, evil intended person. Now they the ones embarrassed and not receiving shit. Anybody go. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna leave you in the comment section. My moderator's not here. My moderator was in the chat. They would have fucking blocked you. But you hear me talk all about how I know about divination and alchemy. You heard me talk about wannabe witches. You heard me saying about me doing divination just the other day, and you still going. Keep going. Matter of fact, I don't care no more. Keep talking in the comments. It's cool. So this message was made and curated on Wednesday, May 13th, 2026 at 3 to 3:07 a.m. It is now 3:39 a.m. where I am. The number 33 is very significant. If you've been watching my content and are a supporter, you know when I start burping, you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, you can ask me in the comment section and then I'll tell you. Because if you've been watching, you already know. This message is in regards to the zodiac signs of Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, Scorpio, Libra. I wrote Leo twice. Somebody is acting like somebody else. Somebody was acting like somebody else. It could be a scenario where somebody is trying to act like they're your family member and they're not. Somebody trying to act like somebody that they're not. And you see, Rachel in the comment section. What the fuck? This one. You need to stay calm. Jesse talks truth in the comment section, who is not me, and obviously does not understand the severity of their scenario and situation commenting in what they commented in my comment section. Says you need to stay calm and avoid the weird mysticism you are pushing. This is like, isn't it always when you're doing something and you're minding your business and you're staying in your lane, no pun intended, ain't it always somebody who don't got nothing to do with nothing, who don't believe in the shit you talking about, who don't advocate for it? They always got something to say. You literally could take your YouTube channel and do your own debunk channel and not be in the comment section. Like, now, don't talk about my baby vape, because you know why? Vapes are relatively still early to even know if they are bad for you. Once you get the scientific proof that it is bad, then you could talk. If I got on here with a tobacco stick, you would have still been talking shit. If I was on here and I was drinking, you still would have been talking shit. If I wasn't even pulling the vape, you still would have been talking shit. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. But yeah, like I said, zodiac signs of regards to the message is Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, Scorpio, and Libra. Gemini, very significant. There's an issue with a Leo Scorpio. This could be, I want to say church, but like really a group of men in the who are entertainers are very significant. God wants you to know that He is very much in this scenario and situation. Thanks, Jesse talks true, because my name is Jessica. Obviously I'm multimedia 7, but my real name is Jessica. And if you knew what that name means, go look it up. Then you got somebody in comment sections like, where's the proof God is real? Obviously, you ain't looking, so it ain't finding you, bitch. Notes in regards to the message. Alright, now I'm realizing the trolls are here, so watch this. Someone is watching your content, your YouTube. Can you see this? What's it say? Someone is watching your YouTube videos. You could be a content creator like me. Not exactly like me, but like you could be a content creator just as myself who does different things. I have other YouTube platforms where I do other things. You might have somebody, for example, like how I'm doing this piece of content right now, because they have my previous Virgo female friend name in the comment section right now. It might not be that person, but it's just symbolic. If you have a spiritual eye and discernment, you understand what it's saying. You could be a content creator who does different things, have different social medias, etc., etc., to your message how it resonates. There is somebody who knows of you and views one of your content and acts as, all I seen was stop talking, and all I seen was stop talking, like, all I seen was stop talking. I'm about to just, oh no, I don't want to delete the message. You said eat them up, bitch. Straight carnivore. Like, do you know there are spiritual beliefs where people like eat people up at like an energy harvesting rituals to put themselves in a better predicament? Anywho's, you said eat them up. You said I delete the message. I didn't mean to delete the message. I was gonna block them from the channel, but I just what I don't want to block them from the channel necessarily because they're gonna get boomed down as a point of contact. They think hiding behind a fake page. People think they're hiding behind fake pages and stuff like that. This whole channel has a spiritual contract. So it's like that person, like if I would have let them comment in the comment section, let me tell you. When y'all comment in the comment section, sometimes I read along, we have conversations. Sometimes I let y'all talk amongst each other. That's what and that's fine. People are entitled to their opinions. I just like to inform stupid people of when they're acting stupid because nobody asks you to stay and watch somebody that you don't even believe in what the fuck they're talking about. Nobody asks y'all who are non-believers of God to like be trolling the next person. Nobody told you to do that. You don't have to do it's literally about to be 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what you think you're getting out of that. 9 times out of 10, those are usually people who don't do things for themselves. As the person that content that they're watching, I just like I'd rather delete a stupid comment rather than block what they're saying because at the end of the day, it's a point of contact. God sees all. You think just because it's the internet that God don't see what you're typing. You think because it's a fake page, your IP address is not connected to the motherfucker. Like, come on now. Gerard Bissell, Shoeback Descender ZAR9E. Get your Ray J ass up out of here. And thank you for the God loves you comment talking to that person that was talking to somebody stuff. Even the enemy can walk up to a church. I don't know why you're asking if you could be able to walk into a church because you don't believe in God. I don't know. Like I don't know what your intent is. Like, why are you asking me? Like how you don't. This is my thing. How you in the comment section, Micah 8168 talking about you don't really believe in God, but you're asking me if you can walk into a church. That sounds like you believe in something. Because why would you be so fearful to ask yourself that question? And with your free will, because you're an individual, why would you be afraid to ask that question? Because that already implies that you're already afraid to even do that. And then you're asking me like I'm supposed to answer the question for you and relieve your whatever you got going on mentally. So like I'm saying, there's something about you could be a content creator, somebody could be a content creator, just to get how it resonates. You might have like more than one avenue, more than one platform on social media, whatever the case may be. Somebody might write you on one platform, feel some type of way about you, and then try to go watch your other pieces of content. It's giving like spotlight energy, monitoring spirit type energy. But this person don't really like you, so it's like it's very comical if you really think about it. Because like this is what I just took the time out to explain about stupid people. Because if you don't like something, you don't like somebody. Why are you going to go look up more information about them? Because you're trying to be malicious, you're trying to be rude, you're trying to be evil. The whole time you're just looking at that person being perceived as the enemy in the odd or to you or the scenario situation. Whole time they're just looking at your life like, I wish I could. Fuck out of here. Something about Sierra's prayer is very significant. You know, Sierra, she did a prayer in regards to what kind of significant other she wanted after being in a bad scenario in regards to her love life, and her prayer was answered, and she got married, and is happily married. Now, in regards to my notes, when seeing multiple people in a hallway dream out the center. So a lot of times in a 2D, like the reason why I brought up it has to do with my Scorpio and what I've already reiterated to you guys of what you need in that. Whenever you're in the dream state, in regards to you catch your messages, whenever you're in the dream state, tip or hint, and if you ever find yourself in a hallway, if there's hallways, if you're in a shopping center and there's different aisles and stuff like that, that's usually a false representation of like It basically like a false representation. It's a binding spell. It's showing you that somebody try to do a binding spell on you. It's trying to show you like somebody's trying to act like they cool with you, like they family, like they post. This is like a false relationship, or this is like that's what it's giving. Somebody projecting, I want you to be with the wrong person. Somebody projecting like they're your family or your friend and they're not. This is like that's what those mean. You said, "Stay blessed, sister in Christ. God is good." Who's the person talking about? You said you're so pleased that Jesus Christ loves you and cares about your soul. Nothing without him. He is everything. You realize this? Amen. God is good. Have I ever had geometric fever dream? That sound like psychosis. That sound like you were intoxicated. Spinning shape. What? Micah 81:68. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be funny with you. I'm being so for real when I'm talking to you. Like, what do you think? Like, don't like. I know I was just like it kind of sounding harsh, but I'm being so for real when I ask you this question. Micah 81:68. When you were having geometric fever dreams, where you saw spinning shapes, what did that represent to you in your dream? What do you think it means? This motherfucker said they had the food. Get your sick ass out of here. I ain't even finished seeing the question. This motherfucker already answered. You see how people be trying to troll, trying to put their motherfucking problems and energy on you? Like, bitch, fuck out of here. And y'all love when I be talking to y'all like this. I am so polite and nice for the most part, but like I'm also a tourist, so like if you annoy me too much, I might get a little rude or mean. But I usually don't really get mean, like girl, unless like I absolutely don't give a fuck. Unless I absolutely don't give a fuck. And it's just like y'all love that shit. Y'all every time I get on here and I'm being rude and mean and stuff like that, my views go every fucking time. But you don't even know what that means in my birth chart. You sound pretty, thank you. You still had the flu, Micah. That don't got nothing with me doing with me being pretty. You said this, that part. There could have been a prophet, a pastor, a priest, etc., who was doing blood magic some sort of way. A back to sender and reversal was done in regards to somebody could have been trying to do blood magic on you some way. They could have been doing blood magic. Blood magic has different variations. Somebody could have been like trying to use your family against you. Somebody could have been acting like they was your family. They gang, they family, they fam. This is non-biological people I'm talking about. It's a non-biological person who was trying to use either your own relatives against you or other people to block you from getting married. That's all this is. This is. Someone went out their way to make you unhappy because they wanted to keep you unhappy so that you don't reach happiness. This is all this is. The happiness that you are entitled to, that I am entitled to, is in regards of being married. Now, marriage is not marriage for everyone might not be the ideal form of happiness. Might not be the end all be all of their happiness. All right, I understand that. But whoever this message resonates to, marriage in regards to their birth chart, in regards to their destiny and calling, amen, amen. Marriage is a part of their happiness. Somebody knew this because they were dibbling, dabbling in divination, trying to figure out shit about you. Realize, oh, your destiny calls to be married. That's the only thing that'll make them happy. I'm gonna keep them unhappy. No, we're not letting that happen. We're not letting that happen. Like, it's just like you do. And then it'd be like I explained previous messages. I don't understand why someone who's not related to you will try to use blood magic on you, and It's given like it could be a man, or it can be just how the way this person is acting in their masculine energy. There's something about Sunday. All right, let's get into the message. 2D Dreamcatcher message. On Wednesday, May 13th, 2026 at 3 a.m. to 3:07 a.m. In regards to zodiac signs, Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, Scorpio, and Libra, where Gemini, Scorpio, Libra, God is very much in this situation in regards to a Sunday. Very significant because in the 2D Dreamcatcher message, it shows a point of view. I see two different cabinets. Now, why would God take his time to show me two pieces of furniture in a dream? 2D catcher message. I'm gonna explain to you what the cabinets look like. Sober as fuck. But anyways, one is a square looking cabinet. Exactly next on the left side. Exactly next to on the right side, a tall locker. I told you that Colt church I left. Before I had left, they installed lockers into the I don't know about the male, but into the female bathroom. And the lockers are not for the woman. It's for the person spiritually overseeing the church. So don't know what that's about. Don't know what that's about. I don't really care to even talk about it. I haven't been over there. I haven't been over there since almost last year. So like, don't know what that's about. Don't care to really tell all their business. I feel like I already said what I had to say about them. I don't got no problem with them. It's just like, why? I just have to speak about it because it came into the message. Now, ironically, thank you God. Thanks for the help, people. Ironically, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's all in the 2D dream state, 2D dream catcher in the dream state, because that piece of information help, because whatever that is in regards to some sex magic they do over there at the cultic church. Like I said, I don't care how people do their shit. Just don't let it negatively impact me. We don't got no problem. That piece of information helped me to understand what the Scorpio aunt was doing in regards to sex magic she was trying to do in regards to the bathroom situation that I explained in the beginning portion of this video. By the way, the reason why she was spiritually attacking me, if I haven't reiterated in regards to my genitalia, was because whatever I'm communicating, talking to you guys about, was exposing her. And she got scared, and when she gets scared, she tries to do these sickness spells on people, because then she feels like they won't have enough energy, or they'll be like consumed with like being sad about whatever's going on because they're trying to figure out shit about their health. Meanwhile, whole time this bitch is being God was just telling me like this bitch is going like God was telling me this bitch got fibroids. My Scorpion got fibroids, thyroids, whatever the fuck that shit is. My God was telling me this bitch got like I'll say it's a failed disease because she projecting on my pussy so damn bad. My Scorpio aunt I'm no longer related to don't fucking like you nor love you, bitch. This bitch got a fatal disease or sickness attached to her pussy. So while I can heal up from swollen genitalia that shouldn't have been swollen in the first place, my enemies and ops cannot outlive a fatal disease. So God is good. You said, Lord have mercy. No, that Scorpio bitch. Now, like, if you knew what I was about to do, like, when I say I didn't even tell you, I was like, I ain't even gonna talk about it. Like, imagine, like, no, realistically, just hear me out. Imagine you knew you was being spiritually attacked every which way years ago, or the case may be, or previously, your whole life, previously. And you was praying to God each and every day, like, reveal this person to me, God. Like, let me know who it is so we can handle this shit. Like, why you letting this person try to do this to me and not reveal who this person is? Imagine you was doing that shit your whole life, doing that type of prayer. And then you realize over time, over the years, while you've been doing that prayer, like, oh, God don't want to give you that piece of information because he not only wants you to learn your discernment so you can figure it out yourself, but because from you truly already know who the person is. You just have to come to an agreement and realize that for yourself, i.e., discernment. And God don't want you to step out of your calling and destiny, because if you were to find out who the person was, God know you. You think he knows what you would do. Not saying that you would be wrong for it, but God wants to handle the situation a different way, where you don't have to do something to risk your calling and destiny because somebody an enemy of you don't have to risk your calling and destiny because the enemy of God gonna handle it for us. All right, me and my supporters. And you finally find out who the person is that's been doing you wrong. What is the natural human response? You know what the natural human response would be if you said they gonna beat me up. Micah said they gonna beat him up. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So yeah. So God wanted me to know I was right about the sex magic that my aunt was trying to use previously against me and my family members. It started raining so hard just now. Is that not a confirmation? Rain wash away sins and brings in blessings. Bitch, like, I seen this video of this lady who was on the public bus transportation in the city. I think it was in New York, and it was like a flood over there, wherever the case may be. But she didn't know. I guess it was like that. And the hydrants was bust open too, so like it was the flood plus the hydrant, the current of the hydrant. And the girl, she didn't see that it was flooded, and on the road. But if you got to the sidewalk, you'd be alright. So she hopped off the bus into the motherfucking flood, and she just was pushed away very quickly, and people was trying to go help her, and that shit was crazy. Somebody had recorded that whole thing. It's something about, what's that story in the Bible where he parted the sea, and there's something about Noah's Ark. Very significant. Notes in regards to this message: someone is tired of the people at their workplace. Something in regards to a Sunday. It could have something to do with the church. Women working with men. Two different scenarios. There could be a scenario where there are men and women working together. It could be your career field, etc., etc. Remember the previous channel message? 2 channel messages ago, I told y'all on Saturday that there's a scenario where an enemy of yours teamed up with their enemy to go against you and was premeditating some sort of plan to go against you for at least 3 months, in between 3 months to 7 years. And before they can complete the plan, you find out about it, you call them out, you speak your truth. Your enemy who teamed up with their enemy don't want no problems with you. Would not mind turning on their enemy and that's plan to go against you to help you and be of service to you to bring this person down. Will not mind calling this person out like they did it. Will not mind it be like they're the problem. They will not like it wasn't our idea. Is a scenario like this going on? There could be a church environment event. There could be a church environment where this could be the scenario situation, because I understand my Scorpio aunt's energy. This is what it is. Me and my supporters have other people. It could be connected to a church. It could be connected to other women and men working together. It could be connected to your career field. All right, we have allies who don't mind stepping to our defense on our behalf to put these enemies down, get them out the way. Yes. Your enemy or op who been dabbling with the divination is aware of that. Because in order to be my enemy, my opposition, or in order to be my supporter's op and enemy, you have to be the enemies of their allies. So that's creating an arm. So that's just one person want to be your enemy or op is literally going against multitudes of people, and this person is aware of that. That's why they were trying to like cause confusion and chaos and fight and not knowing. Even if you try to do that, you still don't lose your connections. So there could be a scenario going on right now in regards to one of your allies or I don't know why my hands is doing that. It's doing this. Something about music. You know how it would be like the conductors. Something significant about that. Maybe some money. Don't know what that means. But hello from Brazil. There can be. I'm saying there's a scenario within the church. This could be somebody who you know of, allies with, etc., etc. Somebody could be trying to like. This could be all right. The enemy op is trying to get your allies to butt heads, so like they can continue doing what they're doing while they're distracted. Your ally, somebody wants your allies to be distracted and ununified, so that they can keep attacking you because obviously your step is a stepping. So it could be some light word. It could be like a little riff-raff going on in a church scenario situation right now that's trying to get these people who are working together to like kind of be starting riff-raff with one another. Don't worry about it. Ain't about nothing. The second part of the 2D Dreamcatcher message is a point of view of a car driving somewhere, going in the right direction at nighttime. Scorpio body. All this 2D Dreamcatcher message is explaining thus far is that this Scorpio bitch, your enemy, your op, how they're perceiving the scenario situation. They wanted to be with you, so they try to do some sort of sex magic. And they try to hide their hand. While they don't want you to know that they're your op. They don't want you to know what they're exactly doing. You still know. They're still your op. You're aware. They wanted to break up you and your alliances, not happening. They're like, oh my gosh, I got an army of people going against me just because of this one person. This is their perception. The guy's just narrating it. It was a car driving somewhere with a woman at night, going in the right direction. It was a minimum of 2 people in that vehicle, so 1 to 2 people. Zodiac signs: Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, and embodiments. Something about a celebrity in Las Vegas. Now, I previously told you that previous 2D Catcher message that was a insertion dream from the enemy op. That's my Scorpio aunt, where it was like there was a woman who was like happy that she was getting an all expense paid trip to go to somewhere nice, but it had to do with like a group of people, and the woman already was making plans before getting the all expense paid vacation to go somewhere cold. And then there was something with a camel. It was a whole bunch of stuff. Found out it was just something about that TV show Bad Bitches Only. So there's something about a particular thing right now. The only thing I can think of from the top of my head about that TV show, because it's like, you see like how it keep all these projections of Now That's TV and Zeus Network and this and that. That's your enemy thinks they're one of your enemy. And you know me, Multimedia 7 have said multiple times, I will never sign no contract for a urban TV show where in order to be casted you have to willingly fight people. Even the people who apply for the show have to willingly fight people, and it doesn't even guarantee you getting on the show. I will never do no shit like that. But your enemy or op thinks like that. Has that mentality. This person thinks they're a contestant or want to be contestant going on these urban TV network shows where they just supposed to fight. This is like one of them people who be cast on TV shows that be fighting and getting beat up all to get some money. It's like somebody trying to fight you thinking they're gonna get a check every time they fight you, and that's not the case. This person wants you to wants to bring your character down to their level, so y'all could be fighting each other for the rest of y'all life, and getting paid to be fighting each other. So obviously they need you in order to get money. Let's start there. Then, whole time you're on a TV network like, this is all hypothetically, you're on a TV network like Love and Hip Hop, where the sponsors of that show don't want people to fight, and if you fight on that show, you're not gonna get paid for that show episode, and you might likely get kicked off the show. There's a scenario where somebody see you doing something in regards to your career field, and they feel some type of way because they can't do it or be a part of it, so they're like, nah, we want you to come over here with us, where we're getting paid less, where we're getting harmed and hurt. Bitch, fuck out of here. By the way, I learned that because these people be talking about on social media, I don't go looking for this stuff. It just comes on my For You page. So, in regards to Not As TV and Zeus Network, I've seen so many people, because Zeus Network has now been trying to do like bring people from Not As TV onto their networks. And a lot of these people from Not As TV been wanting to get on that Zeus Network for a very long time. I'm not advocating for them. I'm just saying. I've seen so many people who have now transitioned from Nas TV to Zeus Network doing these pieces of content where they're like, oh my gosh, I never got to pay the per diem, and the Zeus money is so much more than Nas TV, and they don't even feed us, and we have to pay for our own food. They like, these people, it's like somebody came into your energy and experienced what it's like, the benefits attached to just being cool with you, knowing of you, working with you. It's like somebody experienced this shit, and then it got taken away, and they said, oh fuck no, I cannot go back to life before that, and they darn near want to fight you to stay in your life. And it's like, and you're just ignoring them. You're ignoring the enemy of op. You can't be a part of my life. You're cut off, bitch. Fuck out of here. And they were trying to project that shit onto you, but they need you. Fuck out of here. Oh yeah, so I only brought up Bad Bitch Only TV show because there's something going on with one of the people on the show. Her name is Big Lex. Some people think she's a bully. Some people like her, etc., etc. So, on this season of Bad Bitches Only, they was they were labeling her a bully or whatever the case would be. I don't know Big Lex. She used to be on Jocelyn's show. I don't Scorpio, so I don't really know. I didn't watch Jocelyn's Cabaret. I'm not watching Jocelyn's new show because honestly, God, Jocelyn, you're like back in the day, she was a little bit more comical. She was good for a reality TV show now. But Jocelyn, you're a joke now. Amber Rose done beat you up. She's a Scorpio. Amber Rose done Sunshine Patient. She's Amber Rose done beat you up. You didn't let me have cut your check. You got on the internet and told people some valuable information about somebody who could possibly be doing the female gender wrong, amongst other genders or whatever the case may be. Then let me gave you back your check and you recanted. You is a goofy. You was a goofy, Jocelyn. You was a goofy. Now, while I'm calling Jocelyn a goofy, understandably, I understand why Jocelyn took that check and recanted her allegations against Lemmy because she's pregnant. Like, that's some real shit. But as for now, Josh is a goofy. Sometimes Scorpio plays goofy. A goofy. No goober. They're just goofy. That's significant for somebody. Whatever what I just said is significant for somebody. But yes, anyways, so Big Lex from the show Bad Bitches Only, she was labeled a bully on her show, and a whole bunch of people wanted to fight her, but she only wanted to fight somebody in specific. That's why they named her a bully. Then all of a sudden, while all this drama was going on, some way somehow Big Lex, somebody ended up in a cage boxing match with Ivory. If you know who Ivory is, it's like, don't nobody want to fight that girl. I wouldn't want to fight that girl. But I guess all in the name of money. Somebody posted online. I heard about them having this. To be honest, I didn't even hear about the fight happening. I kept hearing people talking about it, but I didn't know why. And then I see this content on my For You page that Big Lex and Ivy was supposed to do a cage fighting match. And then everybody paid their money to go to this place to go watch the match. This bitch in the crowd talked about Big Lex recanted fighting this woman as soon as everybody done got there, paid their money to see this fight. Wasting people time, like, God forbid. God forbid. This like somebody just doing shit just to. This like somebody was trying to do you something. Then somebody stepped on your behalf to beat them the fuck up. Whether in the physicality or spiritual things. And this person thinking they big and bad, like they not scared or nothing like that. And then last minute it was like, oh no. Just trying to waste everybody's time like that. No, you're not. And I wonder if Ivory got the money for the match since she recanted, because that's like she obviously like. Anywho, because we'll win the fight, we get the money. I would share that shit with you don't have to, but share that money with somebody, or do something with that money with somebody that you she have a problem with, because like that's the best type of avenging. And I don't believe in revenge. I believe in avenge. Something about a Pisces. Something about a previous ex-lover's ex-girlfriend. So you could have an ex-lover. This don't got to be a ex-boyfriend. This could be an ex-lover. Somebody you just previously was sexually active with. They have an ex-girlfriend who used to disrespect. I don't know if this person used to disrespect you or your ex-lover, or take the message how it resonates. This person now wants to be friends with you. You could have an ex-lover. You could have an ex-lover, right? You don't deal with this person no more. You're not sexually active with this person anymore. This person had once upon a time had a girlfriend. They're no longer have that girlfriend. That girlfriend either used to disrespect your ex-lover, or your ex-lover used to disrespect their ex-girlfriend. This ex-girlfriend is aware that you used to deal with this man. They want to be friends with you now. There could be a scenario where there's some matchmaking involved. Like, this is a scenario. This is some shit. This is a scenario where you used to be sexually active with somebody, right? You're no longer sexually active with them. They had a girlfriend. However this resonates for you. They had a girlfriend. They no longer have that girlfriend anymore. They have left their relationship. This ex-girlfriend of this ex-lover of yours, some way, somehow knows of you, wants to get in contact with you to possibly spite their ex without saying. This ex-girlfriend of your ex-lover wants to play matchmakers with you. Wants to be like she feels like, I don't know what happened. I don't know your story. I'm just giving the message. I don't know what happened. But this ex-girlfriend of your ex-lover feels indebted to you because they feel as though they need to find you a man because of something maybe possibly your ex-lover then did. They want to be friends. They want to match me. I don't know if you should trust it, but whatever the case would be. Like, you could have ex-lovers who didn't understand the dynamic of why you stopped being sexually active with somebody, why you didn't want to be somebody's girlfriend no more, and whether they would be malicious or not malicious. They ended up dating that person you used to be sexually active with or previously dating, and they found the fuck out, and now they feel kind of sorry. Now they feel bad. Now they like, dang. She was telling the truth. Dang. I understand why she made that move. Dang. I want to be friends with her now. Dang. We could talk about this shit. Dang. I got some good quality male friend suitors I can give to this girl because I understand what she was going through. Like, it's a scenario like this going on. Now, the point of view of this vehicle driving somewhere is all about something in regards to Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Taurus. The op in this scenario situation, this ex-lover is a Pisces or an ex-lover. But in regards to an Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Taurus, you was in the right about something. You was in the right about something, very much so. Or embodiments. If it's embodiments, it's in regards to a parenting situation, a baby mama situation, a wife. It could be in regards to two different scenarios, like there's a wife and or a mother figure. Where the situation is, there's two different scenarios going on in one scenario. On one side, there is a wife, somebody who's a wife. They could be a mother figure. On the other scenario, it's somebody, a non-custodial parent, a non-biological parent, somebody who want to be something that they're not. I don't know if this is like a godparent. I don't know what the fuck. Anywho's, this person lives in an apartment home. This enemy or opposition, they live in an apartment home. This is a person. Oh, this happened the other day. I saw this in a 2D message, but it wasn't what I thought. Dang. There's a 2D catcher message I had, and I saw somebody in the dream catcher message, and they were like, like that, but it's like, and that's how the dream had ended in the 2D catcher message. But the whole thing was interesting to me because like the person whose face was shown at the end of it, like dramatic, like I'm scared, like not me, but it was a guy. It's a guy I haven't seen since adolescence. Never dated him, never fucked with him, never liked him. My discernment about him was like, stay away from this nigga. Something not right with him, whatever the case may be. This nigga I saw in the dream state, has not locally been around and can't come back around to the region area where I live at because a few years ago a scenario had happened in regards to the judicial system, and this person was to testify, and I guess the person or people was looking for the nigga, so he had to go into witness protection program, and he had to move out of state, and he had went down south. Don't know why that's significant, but yeah. So now back to what I was saying. Whole lot of truth. Okay, don't run away from the truth. Anyways, that shit was funny. That funny is one of those movies you can sit around and just make fun of the whole movie the whole time, but it's still a good movie. Anywho, I have to say, I don't want to say, but I forgot. I don't remember what his name is, but like, very credible, notable because he did a lot of good stuff in regards to his career, in regards to acting. But that man, around that time when he did that song, don't run away from the truth, because I'm not giving up on you. First of all, his name was called Truth in the movie, so like that's actually very funny. Don't run away from the truth. Two different scenarios. Somebody didn't want you to speak out about something, speak your truth, etc., etc. And like, because I had another 2D Dreamcatcher message where it was lyric an Anderson song called Fiendin'. Tell me why you had to go this far. Oh baby, I need you. And was chasing the enemy and opposition into the fucking precinct, bitch. I was fucking laughing after that dream. The enemy was so motherfucking scared they could not take it. But like going back to the while I was talking about the truth scenario situation, somebody wants to speak up, wants you to speak up and speak out about your truth because the truth is scaring them. They're trying to run away from it. Like they don't want you to do that. There's another scenario that could coincide because the nigga name was Truth. Don't run away. Don't run away from the truth. Like somebody, like it could be a romantic love interest. Not really. Like somebody like really wants you, but you really don't want them. And they think they're chasing you, but the whole time you're like, get the fuck away from me. Even if it's not romantic, platonic, whatever the fuck. Like you're just like, get the away from me, like bitch. But that's to the because they're an enemy of I. Anyways, this is like this. All right, all right. Now I got it. You see, like how my Scorpio aunt, I'm narrating to you, like she kept spiritually attacking me because she didn't want me to speak out about the bad shit she's doing. So I'm like, get the away from me, and because you're trying to spiritually attack me, like that's the natural human response and reflex. Like get the away from me, and then I'm just like, don't run away from the truth. So it's like two different perceptions on one scenario situation. Anyways, like literally, if you leave me the fuck alone, I promise you, I don't give a fuck about you. But like me speaking out is exposing them, so like they, woo. So back to the 2D catcher message. So this group of people walk down this hallway of this apartment, or whatever the case may be. Never shown how they got there, them stopping the car, whatever the case may be. So these group of people that go through this hallway. I told you what the aisles and the hallways mean. Somebody wanted you to group up with a whole bunch of people that you wouldn't necessarily group up with, be friends with, not a part of your family. You said that song gonna get stuck in your head. Oh my god, which one? Mine. Now they walk to the hallway of a home, and you can see from around the corner before they even get into the actual, I guess what would be considered the living room or entertainment room where you entertain people. He's like, I tried to send her flowers, bitch. She got nowhere dressed. Ain't me ho. No, that is funny because you know the previous message I was talking about my Pisces ex lover and the flowers alchemy thing in regards to whatever. He tried to send me flowers. My Pisces ex tried to send me flowers, but I got nowhere dressed. For real. Um, that's funny. But yeah. So you can see before these group of people get together to go. It's like I don't know if it's a scenario where you was invited somewhere where there's going to be a group of people, other people, other. You sending someone, or you somebody mother, with a V, bitch. I don't know if he was invited somewhere where 2 months ago, very significant. I don't know if he was invited somewhere where there was going to be other people or a group of people there that you wouldn't usually click up with, because before they can make it into the living room, what would be conceived? Maybe somebody just had a baby. I don't know. Where it would be perceived that as like the living room, but in the living room before they even get there, it's like this whole wall of arcade games. You know, like in certain cultures, you invite somebody to your home. I didn't say that. You invite somebody to your home, and then in the living room, you're supposed to entertain them. Like, I don't know, somebody would perceive like they were going to play you, or they were going to play these other people in regards to you. I don't know. So they don't, it's a scenario where, there's a scenario where, or there could have been a scenario with your ex-lover. It could be a Pisces. They could have invited you into a scenario, environment, situation with other people who you wouldn't necessarily click up with. This could be their friends, their family, etc., etc. They invited them and you at the same time. Their fans. I don't know what this person do for a living. Their fans, supporters, friends, families, homies, whatever. These are all women, by the way, or Cancer, Virgo, Pisces, and or Capricorn zodiac signs. These group of people, or within these group of people, I'm right on the money. They could have invited all y'all to, their home or to a particular place, and their friends, family, fans, supporters, homies, whatever. They could have been under the impression that the goal of bringing you in that environment was to play you. Is it raining? It just started raining out of nowhere again. He said, I think his name was Silas. Bitch, I don't fuck with that name. If you know, you know. So, that don't, people in the comment section, literally in the comment section put, don't run away. This is very significant because God told me something about something that happened previously, and it needs to be said, all right. But I'm trying not to say it, but explain rather what the 2 D's catcher is, all right? Without making it about me, my Pisces ex lover been projecting the last couple of days, and I literally every time he project, I'm like, I don't care, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. Because he got a certain place, and I just say no. But I'm gonna take the message and use it in alchemy for me. Anywho's. Oh god, oh no, I got something. No, we gonna talk about him a little bit. All right, this shit because the nigga is listening, and I just know this shit is funny because I didn't bring him up in conversation. I had just made this thing to myself where I'm like, if I don't fuck with my ex lover, my ex boyfriend, then my family can't fuck with them either. I had seen this piece of content online. They were talking about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start living like that. So since then, I don't bring I made sure to tell my biological family member that I perceive to not know that that's not all right to be cool with your siblings ex lover that they don't fuck with no more. I Something I usually wouldn't do before. Before I just I don't care whatever the case may be. I know the tactic, the trick, the manipulation not come from my sibling, but from the ex lover. So I didn't care before, but now I'm like, no, I have to tell this person don't do that shit. Told the person a while back. I'm like, yeah, I don't fuck with this person no more. This and that. They're like, why? What the fuck do you mean? Why? Why are you asking me some dumbass fucking question? So I just kind of looked at are you stupid? Don't ever ask me no dumb shit like that, you know? So since then I go out my way not to bring this person up. Don't mention them. This and third. I remember, I had seen somebody who you would only know through my ex lover, and I was trying to describe the person without using his name. She's like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, bro, I don't know either. You can't figure it out. It don't matter. Because I'm like, Rob, I don't give a fuck about you. Anyways, he said, Lily says, keep talking. You cooking right now. I know. So I'm like, we're gonna disregard Ralph. Say something else dumb, Ralph. Say something else dumb. But anyways, say something else stupid. Anyway, so the other day, my sibling, no, this is why I had got mad, because I was in the bed, bitch. I was in the bed having a good old time. This is the day I was having my conversations with God. A few channel messages ago, I told y'all, I was just in bed all day. Not bed all day, but I was just kind of doing spa day and stuff like that. And I was just talking to God. All day. My sibling had came like, It's just a good time. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm just talking to God. You good, you good, you good. So I would like in between the conversations with God, like me and my sibling would be talking, I'd be doing other stuff. So she came in and she brought my motherfucker. I'm laying in bed. This bitch brought my motherfucking ex name up, my ex boyfriend name up while I'm in bed because of his birth chart, my birth chart, sex magic. It's just I instantly got mad. I instantly got mad because that was clear confirmation that my name was being brought up somewhere with my ex, and he was bringing me up or he was talking about me. Well, even though I know it wasn't nothing bad, even though I know it was, I'm like, I don't want to know that. I don't want them to be happy. I don't really don't care. I'm like, not while I'm in bed. I'm like, I don't want, I don't want to hear my ex boyfriend's name while I'm laying in bed. I don't know what y'all other bitches do now. So she's talking about him, this and the third, as something like something that happened, and I was just like, because that's the day she had asked me for advice in regards to my expertise in regards to astrology and stuff like that. So I was explaining to her because she was asking about the zodiac sign of my ex lover, who's a Pisces. Same sun sign placement. So I was explaining to her that there's like two different type of Pisces. And then when I explained to her, she was like, "No, what you're saying makes sense of what people mean." And then she brought up the ex boyfriend thing, and I'm like, "You do know I previously dated other Pisces sun sign placements. He's not the only one. He's just like the one you. That's the first person you would think of." He said, Lily said, "I do the same when mine be trying to deflect and project. I be waving so fast, like, don't bring me no old shit, no bullshit. I ain't trying to like conjure up because like that, like because it like with that ex in particular, with that ex boyfriend, it's just too many interconnections that I just don't want, and I'm not trying to manifest nor conjure it up necessarily. So it was just like, no, 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 get away, get away. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, get away. Even though my birth chart will protect me, but like because I just started bringing my Pisces. Something just touched my hand. I just supposed to like lightly touch my hand right here, the pointer finger. Oh my gosh, like me being in a relationship, having a man that my Pisces ex lover sun sign placement is the last person I would want to know. Like, and my heart desire, even though like he don't got nothing to do with my heart desire necessarily, my Pisces sun sign placement male ex lover, my heart desire in regards to him, in regards to me, is that I get married and he don't find out until I'm married because of his birth chart placements. One, two, like I don't want him to think he go like I just don't want him to interfere in no type of way, no bullshit. You know, we all have that one ex that like they act like they don't give a fuck and they don't care and this and the third, and then you actually start dating a particular motherfucking person. All of a sudden they trying to. I don't got time for that shit. Like I don't. Life is peaceful. I'm happy. The only thing right now is my Scorpio aunt. Like she need to get beat the fuck up. But other than that, and because of my birth chart, I can't. I can lead. I can lead the horse to water in this scenario situation because of my birth chart and her placement and my prominent more placement. I can lead the horse to water in this situation, but I can't. I can't do nothing to her like in physicality. I can't like beat her up. Nothing like it. God literally said like I have to get other people to do it. So that's what's been going on. The bitch. Oh yeah. So update. Update. Y'all want to hear an update about my Scorpio aunt? What's been going on? Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all. I was talking about. I told them. I told my supporters. I made a promise. When she is finally unalive, become deceased, I will go live and I will record her body. I don't give a fuck. That's how much I don't like this bitch. But I also told you I would give y'all updates about um how God be showing me like because I'm the type of person I'm like especially if I know somebody my upper enemy I'm like God show me how much you love me. This person trying to do something bad to me. Show me how much you love me and show me what you gonna do to them so I don't gotta do it myself and take myself out of my calling and destiny. That's how I be talking to God. But we're a little bit more cutesy and polite sometimes. So remember I told you the other day the Miss Kanaya video I had did, and she was here, and I was just like, I was rapping, I was just like recording myself, and I'm just like, this bitch probably think I'm talking about repeatedly. So, like 2 days ago, like on Saturday, that's the day I told you I had to tell my biological father a message from God that his father, my grandfather, wanted him to know. And then when I was giving him the message, as soon as I just finished telling him what he needed to know, my mama popped up because my mama, like, she's the one growing up that's like the seer, the prophetic dreams and stuff like that, and she likes, I told you she likes to feel important in regards to that, you know. So like when she hear me, like I'm usually the one to talk. Like we usually in my family, we usually go to my mama first before we go to my daddy with anything. You go to my mama first to prep. If you go to my daddy, that means you mean business. You gonna like you ready to make shit happen. You don't tell my daddy no shit unless you ready to make some shit happen. You want quick results, right? Because we gonna take it. So I'm telling my daddy what he need, like my biological father what he needed now, and my mama pop out like, not. It's like we just, it's like we just went our two different directions, like, and it's not even like that. It's just like I didn't feel the need to reiterate it. The message wasn't for her. We didn't need another explanation. So it was just like that shit was funny as fuck. So then I I was I already knew I was gonna tell my mom about the conversation. It's just I couldn't have that conversation with my father while my mother was there. I had to have it separately. So I already knew I was gonna go talk to my mom and tell her what happened because she's gonna feel some type of way if she don't feel like she in the loop. That's funny. So I'm going to tell my mama what the fuck I was talking about, and she's like, she gave me an update on the Scorpio bitch. She said that as of now, currently, remember if you were watching the content, first of all, this Scorpio hate train enemy op shit I've been talking about has been going on since the year 20 the autumn of 2025. You can go look at the channel messages where I have who's lying the Scorpio and Aries. This is where these messages have started from. So if you want to go back to those two messages, listen into the previous channel messages from like the last couple of days, you'll get a gist of understanding what the fuck I'm talking about. Because I told you guys, as this venture continues and will one day end with that Scorpio arm being deceased, I'm gonna give you the play by play, the updates. Update: there are people online calling her phone since my uncle has passed away, threatening to kill her. My Scorpio arm. It just started raining again. Oh my gosh, that is funny. I'm like, ain't God good. Normally, you wouldn't want to hear that about the next human being, but like this bitch been doing too much. Like I'm trying not to hold a grudge against her, but I'm like, God, you don't want me to hold a grudge, you can't be here. Like for fact. And I believe wholeheartedly the reason why she don't want to move is because once she moves, she'll be defensive. I feel like she's trying to use our energy of people that don't like her in the first place because of what she's been doing. I feel like she's trying to use our environment against us, and it's not going to work that way anyways. I think she's just like prolonging her life by living here. I feel like as soon as she would be to move out of this location, I feel like she would die. Anywho's, now this I want to start getting all like don't want me to see shit. Fuck out of here. She don't want to leave. You be playing, you dibble and dabble in divination to try to kill people. You scared to death, and you a Scorpio sun sign. Bitch, fuck out of here. Bitch, even the devil don't like you. Dang, you you that's your daddy. Scorpio on, that's your daddy. The devil's your daddy. That's who you pledge allegiance to. You scared of him? You don't want to go meet him? Bitch, fuck out here. You ain't told your soul to that nigga? You scared of him? Bitch, fuck out of here. Alright, but yeah. Very quickly, let me talk about it. So I left off talking about like, oh, that's not this one. So there could be a scenario situation where your ex lover could have invited you previously, in an environment with people you wouldn't usually click up with. This could be their friends, their fans, their lovers, supporters, their family, whatever the fuck. And to their fans, friends, homies, not lovers. Something about their lovers. I don't know. They could have those people that you wouldn't usually click up with. They could have had the perception that this nigga invited you to play them. Maybe this is a scenario where it is they lovers. Maybe this is a type of ex lover you had that would befriend people they used to be sexually active with. Maybe they wanted you to be a part of their homie crew that, you know, when they be like FC favorite cousin, brother, sister, that's sis, and they be fucking them people. It could have been one of them scenarios. So it could be a scenario situation where your ex lover tried to bring you in an environment where people with a whole bunch of women who have agreed to be darn near sister wives. Who all on that ex lover of yours, but they label themselves as friends. So friends with benefits situation. So maybe this ex lover try to group you in with this sex with benefits scenario. All right. These other women have all agreed to be sex with benefits with your ex lover and to hang in a group and be friends. You never agreed to that. All right. I don't know if they thought it was regular protocol that he invited you over, tried to bring you around these people. They could have assumed because this is what has been going on in their lives and they've agreed to accept for their lives. When you were brought into the picture, they could have thought that, oh, this is normal procedure. She's about to be the new friends with benefits sister wives. This nigga about to play her like he playing us, but we've made our peace with it. That's how they were acting, not me. Whole time, your ex-lover was not thinking that. Whole time, your ex-lover was concocting a plot to, play nice, maybe. He wanted to get these women to, because in his mind, those are just his friends with benefits. Yes, they were sexually active, or were being sexually active, but in his mind, he was actually viewing them as female friends. Your ex-lover do not view you as a female friend. He wasn't trying to do that. He wanted you to get comfortable with the idea of he had female friends that he was going to used to be sexually active with. And we're trying to get them comfortable to who you were because he was going to make you the main girl. Woo! You could have found out that his female friends were his friends with benefits, and you could have possibly left, bitch. Because it's an scenario situation. That's all I'm gonna say. Anywho, this could be coming up. So there's a 2D catcher message dream that I had not too long ago. I had to tell my Leo biological sibling about this because I saw her in a dream state. It was the bathroom, but she don't even live in this environment anymore. What it was I saw one of her colleagues and they were in a tower in the hallway. And then the person disappeared. And then I saw my sibling walk into the bathroom with her towel on. Both towels were the color white. But there was like the Brillo Prad scrubby thing, not the green one, like the metallic kind. It was on the sink of where the cabinet was with the mirrors I was telling you in the beginning of the message about the Scorpio aunt and her projections. Bingo. Right, lady. So why the colleague of hers is very significant is because there, when I was going to the occultic church, there was a message that was given through that colleague of hers, and it was something about like when she anytime she would be around her mother would always ask her to do something for her, but she knew it was a form of manipulation, so she would always leave before she knew her mother was going to ask her to do something. Now, mind you, that colleague is not my relative, right? Then my sibling walking into the bathroom in the dream with the towel on, but that colleague disappearing before she did that is significant. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when my biological sibling Leo walked into the bathroom, where the mirror was that Brillo pad. Noted. And I told you about the projection with the Scorpio aunt, non-relative, right? And when she went in the bathroom, she saw something. She got mad, and she was just looking at it like in anger or mad. And that was the vision of the dream. So basically, it's a scenario where there's a non-biological parent figure, or somebody who wants to act like they're your parent, like they're your mama or daddy, who've been projecting on you negativity in the first place, bitch. One of the reasons why they project negativity on you is because, one, your attraction, your beauty, they're intimidated by that. Two, they were doing beauty spells against you and your beauty, and you found out. And three, they were trying to do some sort of energy harvest binding spell in regards to that beauty work they tried to do and it failed. And before they got the chance to do that, it's like you left the situation. You're not gonna help them, and if, like they were, it's like they was premeditating to use you to do some sort of spell work. And he's like, you ever seen that meme with the guy like, and then it disappears? You've seen this shit ahead of time. But nah, you hit whatever you did is not gonna help that bitch at all, because some shit you done found out. And this person, because this person was projecting on you, mad at you, and they still wanted to use you for some different. Anywho, then while I was doing the channel message, I wrote my notes, Summer Walker dresses. In regards to that, friends with benefits thing I was just talking about with your ex-lover, in regards to these female friends that was previously sexually active with your ex-lover, and then now they want to befriend you because whatever you were speaking out against, whatever you were speaking out about, speaking your truth about in regards to possibly why you left that person, or maybe your actions, and they never really knew why, but they still decided to deal with that man afterwards. They understand why now. But it's something about them, that group of women, and I wrote Summer Walker dresses. I saw this piece of content that was so freaking funny, and like it's so true. Summer Walker's an Aries. Keep that in mind. Summer Walker, like this woman was at like this event, not a Summer Walker event, but like she was at an event with a whole bunch of people. In the middle of the room, she was filming herself making content, and she just this bitch pressed record. She had pressed record, and she was like, "Hey, y'all bitches that went to the Summer Walker concert with them wedding dresses never getting married, bitch." And then you hear everybody in the background just getting mad. You hear everybody in the background get mad like, "Oh, what the fuck? What are you talking about?" And it's true, but what she's saying is so true. Like, and if you're intuitive at any type of level, is what she said was so true, and it was so funny that the people was getting mad because that's really the gist of what's going on. Like, y'all mad, y'all not gonna get married because y'all. Summer Walker is best friends and business associate with, what's her name, Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu not married. Summer Walker not married. Y'all go over there to their concert, which is a tool of divination and energy harvesting right then and there with wedding dresses, bitches. Y'all think y'all get? And even if y'all was too, you did to the right person. You gonna need a deep cleanse, bitch. That video was so fucking funny. So that's just correlating to like the sister wives, friends with benefits, bitches. They thought you was about to be a part of their group, and it's you left her. This is a scenario situation where you could have been like taking somebody seriously in regards to being a romantic love interest, and they, unbeknownst to you, maybe like unbeknownst to you, you didn't even realize this person was really trying to take you serious. They really wanted to make you a romantic love interest offer, but they had friends with benefits that they was calling friend and sis and favorite cousin and this, that, and third, and they was all right. They was okay with their friends with benefits scenario situation, sisterhood scenario. They thought you was about to be part of them, and when you found out that shit was going on, you laughed, not knowing this nigga was going to disregard them anyways. But like you like, oh, I don't like. I'm not. You're perceiving. I'm not trying to be a part of none of that shit. They probably want to be friends, befriend you now because like after you left, this nigga probably was like in a mood. This nigga probably was mad like that you left. This shit like probably was treating them bad. It probably wasn't friends with benefits anymore. Like this, like Tasha, please. Like this is like one of them scenario situations where, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, anywho, so false projection, a wanting woman to date a bunch of. There could be something in regards to your ethnic group. You could be African or ethnicity, something, something, something. This could be happening right now. It could be in regards to a church scenario situation where somebody's trying to do matchmaker. Somebody trying to play matchmaker in regards of a specific ethnicity. But it's a false projection because maybe you're not into that, or maybe you want an interracial date or something. I don't know. This is happening right now. And then it could be something about somebody in the specific career field. RN is very significant. Um, oh yeah, I never explained to you what happened after I got mad after my Scorpio aunt tried to project negativity to my genitalia after I did that channel message and took that shower. I was gonna do something. It wasn't necessarily my mama. Like I was about to go do something. I was about to pull up to her motherfucking house yesterday. When I saw that shit, I just took a shower. I literally just cleaned my body. Then I did the channel message. After I did the channel message, I'm about to go use the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I know it's this bitch. When I said I was about to, I was making a beeline for her motherfucking house door, bitch. I was about to break that shit the fuck down. I was like, the way I was so turned, like I was ready to do her bad. I was ready to do her bad. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm about to do, but I was about to do something bad. Like literally, I saw my mama. She was like, it's like as soon like my mama was taking a nap or something like that, and I seen my mama, and for a moment, I'm just like, but I was like, she taking a nap. I don't give a fuck. As soon as I started making it to the door, she just started tossing and turning in her sleep. I still was like, I don't give a fuck because like it was like because I'm about to do some wild shit. I was like, damn, like, and for a moment I'm like, she about to wake up. But I'm like, she gonna wake up to something else. Gonna wake up to something else, and I'm just like, I was still about to go do what I was about to do. Then I see my daddy. I'm like, this nigga gonna think I'm wilding. Like this nigga gonna. I'm like, I see my daddy. I saw my. All glory be to God. It was my dad. It was my dad that helped in that situation because the shit I was about to do to that woman. The shit I was about to do to that woman after I realized she didn't try to do a spiritual attack to me. Because like before I ain't know. Now I know it's you, bitch. I told God she tried that shit again. I'm like, God, you better get her before I this. You better get her before I this. Like God, honest truth, like God, honest truth, God, please keep that woman away from me because at this point I feel like you're trying to test my gangster a little bit. Not you necessarily, but I feel like you're trying to test my gangster because like I was letting it go. I wasn't really saying nothing to her, even though I don't fuck with her. We was greeting her, and that was it about the conversation. Nothing more, nothing less. Now I don't even want to greet her, speak to her, nothing like that. As soon as I make my mind up about that shit, you try to throw a spiritual attack at me, bitch. Like, God, honest you, please keep her the fuck away from me. Don't let her come back up in this home. I don't care if I'm about to go do an errand. I'm about to go outside. I don't care if I'm about to go outside and shake my ass. Don't bring that bitch nowhere near me. Because I'm gonna pop on her. I'm gonna smooth her. I don't care. I don't care. She deserves it. She deserves it. And I'm just realizing. Oh, that's what I'm gonna tell y'all. So like, this dream was made on Wednesday, May 13th, 2026, between 3 to 3:07 a.m. I'm only reiterating that because remember the part of the 2D Dreamcatcher I was just reiterating to you guys about, like, is a minimum of 1 or 2 people in the vehicle, but somebody was from an apartment was watching this 1 or 2 people in the vehicle doing the right thing. And I'm like, I know it's my Scorpio aunt, right? My Aquarius biological sibling just told me, my mama, the other day, that like that same Scorpio bitch was looking up at her vehicle, looking some type of way, like. But my sibling, she did the right thing, though. She did the right thing. So as I'm doing the channel message and stuff like that, I'm looking at the dream that I'm narrating. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize this shit just happened the other day. Wow. Right in my notes. So because my daddy saved me from motherfuckers. My daddy saved me from like really harming this woman very badly and not giving a fuck about the repercussions and the physicality of everything. Like literally seeing my father, I was just like, all right, I ain't about to go do it. I wonder if my mama woke up enough to like, cause she was like tossing turning in her sleep like she was about to wake up. I wonder if she seen me walking off of what I was holding in my hand. But anyways, don't really care. They know me. They know if they ever got to that point, it's for a fucking reason. So thank God I have a father. Literally. And he should be able to live a long life. Now, especially with the alchemy I got going on. Oh my God. Anyways. So because I was so mad because I'm like, yo, I wanted to go do what I wanted to go do to her. Like she wilding. I started looking around like, so God says like one of the best times for me to do alchemy and divination is like when I'm mad. When I'm mad, I just start doing shit. So like, I see some shit. I'm like, yeah, that place of business of hers. I'm about to boom that shit. I'm about to boom that shit. So I start putting shit together. I start putting shit together. Where the kids may be. Like my dad, he be like happy like the. He be knowing when his child doing something. It's not just me. He be knowing when his child up to something. Like he just know. He didn't look. He like after I did what I did, I motherfucker sat down like this. Quiet. I was quiet as fuck when I was doing it. It's not like I was tossing shit wherever the kids be. I was quiet as fuck when I was doing it. I just went and sat down. Immediately, my motherfucking my biological father, he walked up to the exact location where I did the divination work. I just, and I'm like, and then I felt this bitch, the Scorpio, I get scared, and I'm just like, what the fuck going on? I'm like, I just did her, so then now I felt her scared. Why? Because my father just walked up, like, to see the divination. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I hear the kitchen cabinet open, a drawer open, because my father was in the kitchen at the time. He seen what I done did. He seen what I done did against this Scorpio aunt. Automatically, he pretty seen. I hear the kitchen cabinet open. I can't make the noise. You know when you sharpening knives. It's like he just knew. He knew that bitch. I just hear him sharpening motherfucking knives. I'm like, yeah. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. That shit was so motherfucking funny. But I was so mad at the time I couldn't even laugh. Like, but I was just like, yeah. Because like that, all that meant to me in the spreadsheet was like, bitch, we tired of your shit. We about to fucking. Oh, because like not to get. All I'm gonna say is, oh god, like that shit was fun. That shit was funny. But like the divination I did, that prayer I did, was in regards to her place of business because this bitch, you don't want to move. You think we gonna advocate to raise money for you to be living a certain type of lifestyle, while you trying to boom us and do what's wrong and you can't. All right. I'm like, God, burn that whole shit down. I don't give a fuck. Because I was being optimistic about that place of business of hers because whatever the case may be. But like after that shit yesterday, she tried to do that special tech. I said, man, burn that whole shit down. I don't give a fuck. I said, you can't do it here because you live in this household. But like that place of business, yours, burn that shit down. I'm like, stop the money flow, all that shit because you don't want to move. All right, you ain't gonna have the money to stay here, bitch. I was like, yes, like I was just yes. But the part of the divination is actually gonna help my father in this situation. It's a variation of some money magic that was done. But that's that. I guess I could pull some cards for y'all. Like I've been over here talking to y'all for so freaking long. Something about somebody you're not talking to. You're gonna hear some communication about that person. You gonna get what's it say? What's it say? What's it say? You gonna so this is the Aries card, all right? So because it came out in reverse is Libra, so you're getting justice in the situation. I'm getting justice in the situation in regards to a business scenario. You're gonna gain justice in regards to an Aries. You're gonna gain justice in regards to something about a business owner and or entrepreneur. Something about your enemy opposition's business. They could be a business owner or entrepreneur. Not anymore. There's something about a court case with them that is very significant. At this time, this person is your enemy or opposite seen as a very boring person, while you're seeming very interesting. Your enemy or op are not of God, not thanking God. It seemed like they're in a dark place because they're trying. They don't got shit to do, and while they don't have shit to do, like they're like while you're enjoying, while you're making activities and plans and doing shit, your enemy or op is just like not enjoying life right now while you're enjoying life. Basically, is there, guys? Is there anything else we need to know? Your enemy or op, people don't want to talk to them. Specifically in regards to like social media and it's something about your enemy or op. Like people don't want to talk to them online, on social media, through text messaging. But overall, people don't want to talk to them. Something about their place of business in regards to their career path or something like that. Like people don't want to work with them. It's something about them on social media. Our enemy or ops, right? Me and my supporters. Our enemy or op is something about people don't want to network and work with them. People don't want to talk to them. People don't want to expand any network and business opportunities with this person. People don't want. People don't want to. People do not want to work or be provided services by the person. But some way, somehow, me and my support, we're earning a brand deal though. People want to. Just to reiterate, this is what your enemy's not having. Me and my supporters were again income. You're gonna receive an incoming message. All right. It could be in regards to better brand responses, social media expansion, and people wanting your services and my services. Woo! That just fell out my hand. You see that? Because your enemy op lacks integrity. Integrity, if you do not know. My actions match my words. I am confident in who I am. All right, so your enemy in opposition is not confident. They say one thing, do another. They say one thing and do another. This was more, and this is the message. They didn't. Your enemy op don't want you to know something or do something in specific that you are very much correct about. It's in regards to what I'm holding in my hand. Let's go. Confirmation. Also, this person is not of God or not really believing in God or thanking God at this moment because they're not able to create something, make something, provide services at this moment in time. They are not motivated. All right, they're not feeling their best. Meanwhile, me and my supporters, God is helping us to create products and services to motivate myself and others in the best ways. All right, next. At this moment, your enemy op is not of God, not thanking God, etc., because they feel as though something's wrong with them. Like, this is like insecurity type of scenario. It's something they could be insecure. They're insecure about who they are as a person. Judgmental of themselves. It could be in regards to their career field, because like, this is somebody. This person wants to be famous. This enemy of op has been pretending. Opposite sign of Aquarius is Leo. Celebrity, Aquarius. Understand? Embodiment. Your enemy in op has been falsely navigating through life, their life, pretending to act as if they the shit. They've been pretending to act. They've been acting like they're the celebrity. People is looking for them. Like, they're like, whether locally or go. This person is insecure of themselves right now. Like, oh darn, they're almost depressed because people are catching on. Like, people are realizing that they've been faking. They've been faking their personality. They've been faking who they are. Like, oh my gosh, they've been acting like something they are not. They've been acting. All right. This person, and part of the reason why, like, they feeling down and out and about, and good for them, I would never congratulate an op unless it's them doing bad, because bitch, why you my op? Now, rhetorical question. Now, part of the reason why they've been acting and then still making themselves insecure and judgmental of themselves is because they never came into their calling and destiny. So part of the reason why they previously tried to spiritually attack you or had a problem with you is because, thank you God for myself and global recognition, because you are the most famous there is. I praise and worship as I continue to receive my birthright gifts. It's like this person just see you in your calling and destiny, being yourself, gaining recognition, good relationship with God, perceiving it that way. They don't got none of that. And if it seems like they does, they've been faking. They've been faking. I told you about Scorpio sun sign placements. What did I tell you about Scorpio sun sign placements? In regards of astrology, unless you have a prominent Scorpio placement, Scorpio sun sign placement, in order for them to get money, they have to make it off of other people. They're usually, unless you have an Aquarius, a strong prominent Aquarius placement in your birth chart, Scorpio will never be like that original, I made this, people need this product and service because I'm the one doing it. No, they always need somebody else to gain their resources. It's never truly from them. That it gives that clout chaser energy. It gives that, like, if you do this for me, then Scorpio sometimes placements, if you let them, will try to build a motherfucking dynasty off your motherfucking back, bitch. Off your blood, sweat, and tears if you let them. Don't. But I'm just saying. Here's the last card for this month. In reverse, the Fifth Amendment, number 5. 5 would be Leo. Opposite Leo is Aquarius. This could be in regards to prophecy prediction or Aquarius embodiment. Celebrity. Take this as it resonates. Your enemy and op, because of who you are, being an authoritative leader, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius. Aquarius very much mentioned. You could be the embodiment or the zodiac. You can be Aquarius or you can be a celebrity in regard to being an authoritative leader in any type of way. You hold big rank. You have say so. Me and my supporters. The only two other Zodiac sign embodiments mentioned. Zodiac signs and embodiments mentioned. An authoritative leader is Taurus and Libra. How you doing? So, gaining justice. Once again, just if you need a confirmation. Your enemy or op at this time is not protected against self-incrimination. Remember when I just used that card came out in regards to integrity. Your enemy or op has been doing some shit where their words are not matching their actions. Somebody's gonna catch your enemy or op in a lie. This could be one person, multiple people, whatever. Especially if it has something in regards to you or what they negatively been trying to do to you. But just know, me and my supporters, we're getting justice in this scenario situation. Because you do what I say so. No pun intended. Alright, that's the message. See ya. That's me.